the girl took off her shoes and hit her brother. Unexpectedly, the shoes seemed to have eyes of their own. They flew straight into the hot pot of a nearby gang boss. The gang boss instantly turned dark-faced. The girl thought she was either going to die today or get seriously punished. But to her surprise, the gang boss's 4-year-old daughter really liked this pretty big sister. She begged her dad to marry her and make her new mom. It turned out the gang boss was tired of the violent life and decided to wash his hands of the business to start a legitimate one. He also wanted to find a mother for his daughter so they could live a peaceful life. But after many failed matchmaking attempts, he hadn't found anyone he liked. That day, after a matchmaking session, he took his daughter to eat hot pot. His former subordinates begged him to return and lead the gang again, but he remained unmoved, focused only on living a quiet life with his wife and children. Meanwhile, at the next table, a family of 3 was also eating hot pot. The mother was forcing her daughter to marry a 50-year-old man for a 300,000 yuan dowry. Despite the mother's endless rambling and convincing arguments, the daughter calmly drank her soup without agreeing. The old man was known for being dirty, sick, and abusive, but the mother insisted that the girl had no choice. Having been pregnant before marriage, she was already out of options. The girl had long gotten used to her mother stabbing her in the heart. This was a painful memory for her. 5 years ago, an accident led her to meet the gang boss. The man was being chased and she kindly took him in. She brought him into her room to treat his wounds. Later, when the gang boss's poison acted up, he did something to her that neither of them could control. They didn't even know what the other looked like. The girl only remembered the man's special tattoo on his chest. When she woke up the next morning, the man had disappeared. 10 months later, the girl found out she was pregnant. When the baby was born, her mother and brother saw him as a burden. They secretly sent him away and lied, saying he had died. The girl didn't believe them, but she had no idea where the child had gone. This painful past became a weapon for her mother and brother to attack her. Her mother often threatened her with it, cursing her for having a child out of wedlock. Unable to take it anymore, the girl confronted her mother and brother. As she was beating her brother senseless, a little girl handed her a bottle of beer. Thinking the bottle wouldn't be needed, the girl was surprised when her brother brought over a small stool. In a panic, she hit him on the head with the bottle. Seeing the girl had no more tools in her hands, the little girl quickly handed her a kitchen knife, but the girl rejected it outright. Seeing the girl was now unarmed, her mother moved in to attack. In a desperate moment, the girl threw her shoe at her brother. To her shock, the shoe seemed to have a target. It flew straight into the gang boss's hot pot, though the gang boss quickly got up to avoid it. The scalding broth still splashed onto his assistant. The girl noticed that the gang boss had a scar on his face. It gave off an intense sense of pressure. The assistant, trying to explain to the boss, retrieved the shoe from the hot pot and came over to accuse the girl. To avoid trouble, the mother immediately blamed the girl. Just as the gang boss was about to teach the girl a lesson, he suddenly recognized her. She was the one who had saved him 10 months ago.